Hello, Louisians. The new normal in the educational landscape has always been a challenge these days. It is challenging our flexibility, technical skills, computer literacy, time management, self-management, and learning engagement. This lecture provides you the various tips for successful online learning for a blended personal and academic life in the new normal. Please note that the content of this presentation is referred from Good Colleges that online and presented by yours truly. Jim Ryun, an Olympian, said, and I quote, "Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going." Motivation is asking ourselves the reason why we do things, and habit are practices or behavior that we consistently do to keep going towards our purpose. Blending our academic and personal life is about asking ourselves of the very purpose why we study and identifying a set of practices and behavior for us to be well engaged towards the realization of such purpose. There are 21 tips for a blended personal and academic life in flexible learning modality, be it blended, online, e-correspondence, and modular learning. First, we have to ask ourselves, why did we choose to study amidst the current situation? This is about setting a major goal. Once identified, this goal allows us to focus on our acquisition of knowledge and helps us to organize our time and our resources so that we can make the most of our life, both personal and academic. Second, we treat study like a job. Is schooling or learning our priority? As a student, studying or learning is a paid work. Consider the knowledge, skills, and values that we accumulate as our salary and bonuses. Believe that this will prepare us for our future employment. Third, are we setting aside enough time to focus only with our learning, free of distractions? This is about making a study plan. If in case that we have 8 subjects or courses, how will we divide our time, days, and weeks to equally study these courses? And how we organize our learning tasks that need to be completed? Fourth, do we know how much time will we need for study? This requires managing our time carefully. Do we have a definite learning schedule for each course or subject? Do we stick to it for structured learning? If we know the definite time we devote to learning, we will be more apt to be consistent and to refrain from late completion and/or submission of learning tasks. Fifth, are we aware of the best time during the day that we are productive as learners? Do we learn best early morning or late night? Do we easily grasp information at dawn or at dusk? Note that learning is most effective when the brain is in acquisition mode. Sixth, are we creating a learning space of peace? Do we have a quiet zone where our learning is free of distraction, be it physical, social, or emotional distraction? Our learning space should be somewhere where we could both relax and study. We need to discuss this quiet zone with our family so for them to understand that our learning space is crucial to our academic success. Seventh, are we isolating ourselves from distractions? Are we conscious of things that easily distract us? Are all things placed on our learning table necessary for our study time? Do we cut off electronics like cell phone, radio, television, and any other unnecessary things during our learning time. A distraction-free environment slows our thinking down and helps us feel more at ease as we are no longer concentrating about everyone else or anything else. 8. Are we staying focused on our studies by logging off in all our social media accounts? This is about limiting our social media engagement. We have to remember that there are enough distractions in the real world, and adding more in the virtual world will not help. Though social media has been seen as a major driver for change in higher education, the use of technology in class, such as laptops or phones, for non-educational purposes is distracting, as it could divide learners' attention and impairs their ability to retain information from the class. Ninth, are we maximizing the use of any of the student resources that are available to concretize or further our learning? Have we accessed the university's online library or sought the assistance of our virtual librarians? Have we studied all resources made available in the learning management system? Have we tried calling or seeking assistance through the university's helpline numbers for academic support? Using these resources and support will help us become independent and self-regulating learners and problem solvers. 10th, do we have a detailed calendar of what we have to accomplish each day? This is about breaking down tasks. We will not feel as though we are cramming if we break down information or learning tasks down. It is easier to retain small amounts of information at a time and is not as time-consuming. 11th, do we self-assess ourselves prior to engaging to tests or quizzes? Do we check our understanding and feel more confident when it is time for the real exam? Are we helping ourselves to become self-directed learners? Do we take the initiative with or without the assistance of others in diagnosing our learning needs, formulating learning goals, identifying human and material resources for learning, choosing and implementing appropriate learning? 12th, are we taking down important points when we listen to online lectures or read modules? Good note-taking will improve our active listening, comprehension of material, and retention. It will help us better remember what we hear and see. 13th, do we spend time and resources wisely by visiting only those websites or reading only those printed resources related to our studies? Do we recognize which content or information should we believe in? Which is fake? Which is fact? 14th, are we enjoying while learning? Do we begin studying with something we enjoy that will make our entire learning session better? Do we enjoy learning while we listen to happy or mellow music? When we drink coffee or eat something sweet and others? 15th, are we taking few minutes to ourselves to rejuvenate our brain? Do we only study when we are in the right frame of mind? When we maintain regular breaks, we can avoid strain. Taking breaks will work well in a flexible learning modality. This will improve our learning focus and attention. 16th, do we eat healthy and stay hydrated? We have to have a healthy mind in a healthy body. This means that our brain can only work to its fullest if our body is well. We have to eat healthful foods, drink enough water, and get plenty of sleep so that we can think clearly. Getting rest is a must. 17th, do we interact with our classmates and teachers? People who feel more connected to others have lower rates of anxiety and depression. We make use of the online portals, discussion boards, forum, messenger, and other conversation tools to stay in touch with others. Talking to our classmates and teachers opens our minds to other opinions, hence furthering our understanding of the learning content. Communication makes flexible learning a positive experience. 18th, do we have virtual study buddies? Having a study buddy provides an opportunity to share knowledge, giving us another level of insight into course readings, tasks, and resources. Sharing resources and giving each other advice can also introduce us to more efficient study techniques and improve our productivity while letting us offload when stressed. 19th, do we ask questions to enrich our understanding of the learning content? It is also through asking questions that we can make our understanding or thinking visible, while gaining deeper insights from our classmates, teachers, and other experts. 20th, do we complete our learning tasks earlier than the deadlines? We have to beat our deadlines. Flexible learning should allow you to review and critique your work before submitting it. We focus on doing, not avoiding. We write down the tasks that we need to complete and specify a time for doing them. This will help us to proactively attend to our work. Lastly, are we treating ourselves, especially when we performed well in our studies? When we give ourselves treats, we feel energized, cared for, and contented, which boosts our self-command. And self-command helps us maintain our healthy habits. We have to remember that we have a life. It is easier to motivate ourselves when we know there's something waiting for us at the finish line. Thank you for listening. I hope that you considered these tips for a blended personal and academic life in the new normal. Let me end with this passage from John F. Kennedy, and I quote, "Things do not happen. Things are made to happen." May we work together to make this year's learning a success. For questions as regards the university's student support services, please email the following: disas@usl.edu.ph, osas-pisas@usl.edu.ph, osas-office assistant@usl.edu.ph, osas-records clerk@usl.edu.ph. You may also text or call us at 0956-307-8723. Thank you. God bless and keep safe.